If you dey sit for WAEC, NECO, or even JAMB exam, get the kind of question wey dey ask you for linear velocity and angular velocity. Many people dey fail that question because they no understand wetin linear velocity and angular velocity be. For this video, I go show you video lesson. I go show you the difference between linear velocity and angular velocity, and I go tell you the formulas wey you go use if they ask you any question for linear velocity or for angular velocity. If you finish paying attention to this video, any question wey they ask you under linear velocity or angular velocity, if you no fit answer am, abeg no share this video with your friend, and make you no subscribe to my channel. Now, when we talk about linear velocity and when we talk about angular velocity dey different from linear velocity. The way wey you take hear am na the way wey you take be. Linear velocity get to do with straight line. Now, linear velocity dey measure how quickly any object position dey change with time wey dey for straight line. So e dey measure how any object wey dey move for straight line, how im position dey change with time. Now wetin linear velocity dey explain. So if they put linear velocity here, na you go see am as v. V always dey equal to change in the distance all over the change in the time of that object. And this dey always be displacement. This many people dey take am as distance, but they dey call am displacement. So in case you see am say for physics, make you no think say na distance. Sometimes people dey mistaken am to distance. So linear velocity means the rate at which any object the position dey change with time wey dey move for straight line. Now, what about angular velocity? Angular velocity, as the name talk, angle, mean the rate of change, the rate wey an object dey change when e move from one angular displacement with time. That means when push an object from one angle to another angle, that angle rotation wey that object move with time, na im be the angular velocity. Now, angular velocity, they no dey express am as v, they dey express am as this. Dey equal to the change in, this time around, they be displacement, na the change in the angle divided by the change in the time. So when an angle dey like this, when an object hang like this and e dey like so, e move from here to here, na the angle change, maybe displacement. So this na wetin, how did they define angular velocity and linear velocity? You know say this one na angle. It just be like when you have one object, you hang am like this, and the object move from here to here. This na the angle wey e move, na im be angular velocity. Now, wetin dey sweet me well pass, why I dey like teach people, na the relationship between linear and angular velocity, and na where many students dey get am wrong. That's why if they ask them any question for linear or angular velocity, or they mix am together, they go come dey confused. Now, make we explain that formula very well with this drawing. Now, I will teach you this thing with this drawing. Now, make we say we get one circle like this. For this circle, we get the middle, abi, and this middle come down to give you our radius. This na radius, and this middle na angle. This come become like wetin we dey call sector. Now, if an object move from here, come reach here, the angle don dey displaced like what? For this distance, and this na the angle displacement. So from this analysis now, you go see say your theta go dey equal to your displacement divided by your r. Maybe so they no dey put hand for that one. So if this theta be displacement over time, over the radius, because this na the distance wey the angle, na the length of the object, it come move from here to here. This na the value of radius. So the angle go dey equal to the displacement divided by the radius. Now remember, say angular velocity na wetin? Angular velocity dey equal to theta over wetin, over time. Now if we take our theta to dey equal to s over r, wetin that one mean? If I put my s divided by r here, divided by t, wetin go give me? That one go give me s divided by r times or divided by wetin, t divided by 1. Because this na division, this one go somersault, that one go give me s divided by r times 1 divided by t. So wetin that one go give me now? If that one somersault, wetin e go give me? S divided by t equal to times 1 divided by r. Maybe so I no do anything, I no change anything, I just bring t come here, carry r go the other place. And as you dey see am, wetin be displacement over time for physics? This one na im be angular velocity. Wetin be displacement over time for physics? Displacement over time for physics na im be wetin, na im be velocity, and na im be linear velocity. So that means angular velocity now dey equal to linear velocity times 1 over r. So that means angular velocity now dey equal to linear velocity divided by r. So that means linear velocity go dey equal to angular velocity towards times the radius. And wetin be the formula? You see these two formula, make you no forget am anywhere wey you dey for physics, and na how you go take derive am. So if you derive am like this, you no go ever forget this formula. Remember, say angular velocity dey equal to linear velocity divided by the radius, and linear velocity dey equal to angular velocity times the wetin, times the radius. That one na the formula wey I want to make you stick for your head, because any question wey dey ask you, whether na JAMB, whether na WAEC, or na GCE, or na NECO, this na the formula wey you go use solve am. Now another thing wey we wan talk about now na angular velocity. Now this same angular velocity now, as you don get these two formula, this same angular velocity now, we go still talk about am. Remember, we say this angular velocity na theta over t. Maybe so. So if angular velocity na theta, the angle over t. Remember, say our theta always dey equal to pi, always dey equal to 180. Maybe so. Pi na 180 degree. Now if I say I get 2 pi go be 180 times 2. And that one will be equal to 360. Now make you remember something. Theta, now 2 pi is like going round. So theta always dey equal to what? 360. That means say this theta too still dey equal to 2 pi. Maybe so. Good. So that means say I fit come now say my angular velocity dey equal to 2 pi over t. So my angular velocity dey equal to 2 pi over t. Now the one formula for angular velocity. So they fit give you angular velocity now, they will give you the pi, they will give you the time, and they will tell you to make you find angular velocity. You know say pi na 22/7. So if you just apply pi here, get your time, you don't get your angular velocity. Now see another one wey go shock you. Now remember, say for wave, the frequency for wave always dey equal to 1 divided by the period t. That is the time. Now if 1 divided by t, if I break this thing, this one will give me 2 pi times 1 divided by t. That is the time, abi? And you know say 1 divided by t na frequency. So that means say I fit replace this 1 divided by t by frequency. So that means my angular velocity fit be equal to 2 pi f frequency. This is another formula for angular velocity. Now when they ask you question, WAEC they ask you question for angular velocity and they see frequency, you go confuse. But that frequency na just 1 over t. So make you don't confuse at all if you see this kind of question for WAEC, because it is very easy. Now for this video class, we don't derive one formula. Now we don't derive, say make you pay attention now. Now the summary of wetin we don't derive. Now we don derive say the angular velocity dey equal to linear velocity divided by what? The radius. And we don derive say the linear velocity dey equal to the angular velocity times the radius. And we don derive say the angular velocity fit dey equal to 2 pi divided by the time. And we don derive say angular velocity dey equal to 2 pi times what? Times frequency. Now make you go check all your WAEC, GCE, JAMB past question. Go see where you go see question under linear velocity and angular velocity. Make you see whether you go get where you no go apply any of these 4 formulas. If you no see am, abeg make you no like this video and make you no share this video with your friend. But if you see questions like this, abeg make you drop the question for the comment section. Make we discuss am, make we solve am together. Tell me wetin the question be. Take the picture, snap am, put am for the comment section. Make we solve the question together. That way you go dey prepare for any of this kind of question wey they will give you for your exam. Remember, this kind of topic na topic wey many teachers dey even take time before they teach you, because it dey dey the end of your syllabus. But for this YouTube Unique PIDgin Academy, they take these topics them to help you, make you know how to master the formulas for all these topics and to solve questions for physics like pro. If you like this video, make you no forget to give a thumbs up, share it with your friends and colleagues, and remember to subscribe to our channel Unique PIDgin Academy, where we dey teach you now all the things we need to know for our exams for our mother language. Make I see you next time when we will discuss some other topics for physics. Bye bye, till next time.